Good morning and welcome to the 2023 County of San Diego Annual Volunteer Recognition Ceremony. We'd like to begin today's ceremony by presenting a brief video on volunteerism in the County of San Diego.
Hi, can I help you with anything? Hi, my name is Betty Unibe and I'm a volunteer for the San Diego County Library. I happened to visit the Santee Friends of the Library store and I loved it. It was such a wonderful experience. The people were wonderful and I said, this is what I will do when I retire. And I did. The money that we make here in the store goes to our local branch. It's exciting to see people come in and find a book that they've been looking for. It makes me feel good that even when things are not going so great in the world, that you know in your local little sphere that you're doing something to help other people and yourself. It's fun. I've discovered that had I not been a teacher for 36 years, I would have loved to have been a librarian. Just didn't know it.
It's your first time to the park?
I'm a volunteer at Otay Lakes County Park. I've lived in San Diego about 19 years, and I figured a few years ago, hey, it's my time. It's my time to give back, and I'm really glad and feel really grateful in order to have that opportunity with the county. It's really been a really wonderful experience. The park is darn near 100 years old. I mean, this park is
local branch. It's exciting to see people come in and find a book that they've been looking for. It makes me feel good that even when things are not going so great in the world, that you know in your local little sphere that you're doing something to help other people and yourself. It's fun. I've discovered that had I not been a teacher for 36 years, I would have loved to have been a librarian. Just didn't know it.
It's your first time to the park?
I'm a volunteer at Otay Lakes County Park. I've lived in San Diego about 19 years, and I figured a few years ago, hey, it's my time. It's my time to give back, and I'm really glad and feel really grateful in order to have that opportunity with the county. It's really been a really wonderful experience. The park is darn near 100 years old. I mean, this park is beautiful and has amazing, amazing history. You get to work with the community, clear trails, just make sure the park's looking great. And then sometimes what we'll do is we'll say, hey, let's put a barbecue here, let's put a fence over here, let's plant some trees. I really love giving back to the community. It's really fulfilling.
I'm Molly Kuling.
And I'm Bill Kuling, and we're volunteers for Animal Services. I was a mailman for 37 years, and I figured what better job, instead of running from dogs, now I walk them. When we get done volunteering, we feel really good about what we've done. And we know we're helping the animals that maybe had the best home or down on their luck. And we come in here and help them to find a better place to live.
We enjoy working with the animals and with the people. I knew I was going to be retiring in a few years, and something to fill my time, so I wanted to volunteer and help the animals.
Just knowing that I'm helping out and doing something positive with my time.
I'm Amanda Bates, and I'm a volunteer with the Foster Youth Mentor Program. I work with youth who are placed in foster care, being an adult that works with them. I've done going to the library, applying for colleges and scholarships, homework, school projects, going to their sporting events. Well, I kind of grew up around the system, so my dad was a county social worker who's retired now. I love the feeling of giving back, being able to be that significant adult for youth who don't have other people or don't have the positive role models.
Thanks to the County Communications Office for their work in producing that video. Good morning, Chairwoman Vargas, members of the board, county staff, and to our honorees and their loved ones. I welcome you to the County of San Diego's annual volunteer recognition ceremony. Annually, we recognize department programs and honor individuals who have provided outstanding volunteer service. The County Volunteer Program is department-based, and we want to acknowledge the department heads who support these programs and the department volunteer coordinators who keep these programs strong. The individuals who are being honored today have been nominated by their respective departments for having provided outstanding service. They're representative of close to 8,000 volunteers who this year have contributed over $23 million of service to the residents of San Diego County. We are thankful for the work that you've done and to all the volunteers who have made this county a better place. Chairwoman Vargas.
Thank you, and it's always a special day when we get to recognize our volunteers, and thank you everyone who's here today. Thank you for all the work that you've done. And as we begin the celebration today, the colors this morning are going to be presented by the San Diego Sheriff's Senior Volunteer Patrol Honor Guard. So please stand.
Honor Guard, go in, march.
Thank you. I would like now to introduce Jasmine Mendoza, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Carla Puebla, who will be singing the national anthem.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, sorry. All right, we're now going to ask to retire the colors. Thank you. I'm now pleased to present the proclamation for Volunteer Recognition Month. At this time, I'm going to invite the other supervisors and all the department volunteer coordinators who are present to join me at the podium. These coordinators are a key element in making our volunteer program successful. Accepting the proclamation will be Marilyn Gaines, Countywide Volunteer Coordinator, and in the clerk of the board's office. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I am so proud to recognize the contributions of our amazing San Diego County volunteers and our volunteer coordinators. Come up, everybody. Today's your day. We get to celebrate you. Volunteering has been and continues to be vital to the building healthier and stronger communities. You want to come over here? Come.
We can make room.
I want to thank and recognize all the many individuals and organizations who selflessly volunteer their time and their commitment to the county. I am so grateful for the work that all of the department volunteers do on a day-to-day basis, and the volunteer coordinators have accomplished so much. I commend them for their tremendous success in recruiting, managing, and in making sure that they're motivating volunteers. Just so you know, I started as a volunteer many, many years ago, and I know it's really a hard job, right? Because the truth is that people do this out of the kindness of their heart, and then you have to manage them and tell them, right? And when you're managing somebody you're not paying, it's harder because you have to be really nice. And so I used to buy them a lot of donuts and stuff and coffee. But anyway, so I'm just really grateful that all of the work that all of you do. And this year, the clerk of the board reported that during the fiscal year of 2021-22, 7,670 volunteers added service value and nearly $23 million to the county. Is that not amazing? Let's give them a big round of applause. So with my colleagues, I am so honored to proclaim on behalf of myself and all of them that this second day of May of 2023, that we're going to commend San Diego County volunteers for their outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to the San Diego community, and do hereby proclaim the month of May to be the San Diego County Volunteer Appreciation Month throughout San Diego County. Here to accept the proclamation is Marian Lynn Gaines, County-wide Volunteer Coordinator, who's also amazing.
Thank you, Chairwoman Vargas, and to the members of the board. Thank you so much. The County Volunteer Program continues to thrive because of the support of the Board of Supervisors and the efforts of the volunteer coordinators, each and every one of you that's here today, and those that's within the County of San Diego. But most of all, it's because of the volunteers like you, every one of you guys that are sitting here today, and those who have contributed their time, who share your time and talents in providing valuable service to the county and the communities that you serve. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you today. Thank you so much for being here.
Come. I'm gonna, do an executive, or just go all the way to the back. Crazy. I'm just gonna tell people what to do, so. Oh, good. You guys are gonna need to go. Everybody? I'm not gonna be able to get you there. Can you, maybe, yeah, do you want to kneel in the front? I can kneel down. I love it. I played a lot of soccer. I love it. Yes, feels fun to come in. I'm gonna go here real quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, yes. All right. Okay, good. All right, good. Thank you. A couple more. Okay, one more. Last one. Smile, everyone. Beautiful. Thank you so much. You got it?
Let's give our volunteer coordinators another round of applause. Chairwoman Vargas and members of the board, I'm honored to present the 2023 County Volunteers of the Year. As I call out the honoree's name, I invite the department head and volunteer coordinator to come forward and join your honoree. We'll begin with the Assessor Recorder County Clerk's Office to recognize Michael Kirkby. Michael is the longest serving volunteer for the Assessor Recorder County Clerk's Office, with over 11 years of service performing civil wedding ceremonies. Mr. Mike, as the staff like to call him, is known for his upbeat attitude and cheery disposition. The department is very grateful for his commitment and is honored to have him be part of the ARCC team. He was featured in a news story by NBC San Diego for conducting wedding ceremonies during a rainy and windy Valentine's Day this year. To date, this fiscal year alone, Mike has conducted 126 wedding ceremonies. Congratulations, Michael. Erica Hankey is being recognized by the Animal Services Department. Erica enhances the lives of the dogs by working with them hands-on every week. By working with dogs outside of their kennels, Erica helps reduce their stress, teaches them manners, and helps staff evaluate the dog's temperament. She also provides the extra love and care the dogs long for. Erica is one of the mentor volunteers and takes great pride in training new volunteers to interact, engage, and walk dogs. She's extremely skilled, patient, and measured when working with the new volunteers. This past year, Erica assisted at many countywide adoption events. She helps with the promotion, setup, cleanup, and dog handling. She is a dedicated, hardworking, and positive volunteer, and she has contributed over 150 hours of volunteer service since July 2022. Congratulations, Erica. The District 5 Community Planning Sponsor Group chairs are being recognized. I'd like to invite forward Robert Carlisle, James Tagala, Eileen Delaney, Rebecca Falk, Sandra Farrell, Paul Giorgantas, Dolores Harmis, Steve Norris, and Hans Petterman. The community planning and sponsor groups play an important role in shaping the growth and development of a community. They hold regular public meetings to gather community input and then provide informed recommendations to county decision makers on proposed projects. Their participation in the land use process is critical to ensure the needs and interests of local residents are taken into account. Community planning and sponsor groups truly are the backbone of the unincorporated community. Without their efforts, many important projects and other local initiatives would not be possible. Their dedication to public service is making the county a better place and is a testament to each member's character and values. The community planning and sponsor groups in District 5 have contributed a total of 4,320 hours in volunteer work. Congratulations to the community planning group chairs. Angie Good is being recognized by San Diego County Fire Department. Angie is a dedicated and knowledgeable volunteer. After completing the 24-hour community emergency response team training, she immediately enrolled in more training, taking courses into communications, animals and disasters, and decision-making and problem solving. She continued to grow and expand her knowledge by completing education beyond what was expected of her as a volunteer. She has strong leadership qualities and has become the volunteer program manager for the San Diego County Fire Community Emergency Response Team's Southern Division. During the Border 32 fire, Angie was working every day in the evacuation shelter with compassion, empathy, and a can-do attitude. Even when her shifts were over, she would stop by the school and restock supplies for the staff and volunteers at the shelter. Angie contributed 155 hours in volunteer work while also working full-time and attending college. Congratulations, Angie. Vicki Driver and Susan Nichols are being recognized by the county library. Vicki and Susan have been crucial parts of their respective branches. Vicki has acted as a docent for the Solana Beach Friends of the Library bookstore. She's been the bookstore manager and president and treasurer of the Friends Board of Directors. Vicki has valuable institutional knowledge of the Friends of the Solana Beach Library. She is the go-to resource for library staff when looking for support from the Friends. She acts as a liaison between the library and the city of Solana Beach and manages the annual donations from the city. Vicki contributed over 2,000 hours in volunteer work. Susan has been a chair of the Friends of the Casa de Oro Library since December 2021. She has been diligent with helping recruit new members to the Casa de Oro Friends and with bringing in volunteers for the library. Last year, Susan, along with the help of the Casa de Oro Friends of the Library Board, coordinated a Tea Party-themed fundraiser event that raised over $10,000 for the library. Susan also organized a very successful and well-attended Love the Library event in February to help grow membership and fund many of the youth services programs planned for this year. The Love the Library event brought in 20 new Friends of the Library members and raised nearly $3,000 for branch programs. Susan contributed 321 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations to Vicki and Susan. Brenda Wright is being recognized by the San Diego County District Attorney's Office. Brenda started her service on the first week that the One Safe Place Center opened in July 2022 and has continued to volunteer multiple times a week since then, making the guests and members of One Safe Place feel seen, heard, and supported. Brenda is an all-hands-on-deck kind of volunteer. Some days, Brenda spends time simply sitting next to victims in the Welcome Hub on their most broken day, offering them a smile, comfort, and reassurance. She's become so good at this that the model is now referred to as the Brenda Friend in the Lobby program. On other days, Brenda helps kids participate in social, emotional learning curriculum in the child waiting room. Brenda accompanies victims to the Dress to Thrive boutique to help them select donated clothing to wear. In September 2022, at One Safe Place's Celebrating Diversity event, Brenda facilitated an art project where she helped guests and members create beautiful paintings using resin art. Brenda has quickly become part of the fabric of a center that exists to provide hope, healing, and justice to those that walk in the doors. Brenda has contributed 120 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Brenda. Lori Michaels is being recognized by Aging and Independent Services Ombudsman Program. Lori is responsible for 2 skilled nursing homes and 8 assisted living facilities. She assists residents and families with advocating to resolve their complaints and concerns, resident rights, quality of care, and the overall quality of life of residents in these facilities. She receives and investigates reports of abuse and neglect, inappropriate care, discharges and evictions of the most vulnerable residents in both skilled nursing and assisted living facilities. Lori is very proactive in her response to the needs of the residents and fiercely advocates for the rights of residents. Among Lori's many accomplishments, she successfully advocated for a resident to remain in a facility until the entire discharge process was completed and met all regulation requirements. Lori's knowledge, intervention, and advocacy assured the resident was successfully placed in a lower level of care. Congratulations, Lori. Michael Badger is being recognized by the Aging and Independent Services Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. Mike volunteers for the California Highway Patrol in El Cajon as part of the county's Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or RSVP. He has held a variety of responsibilities, and the success of the El Cajon RSVP program is largely due to his dedicated and hard work. Mike has worked in a variety of administrative capacities, including assisting with watch officer duties. He also assisted with the public with clearance of enforcement documents and impound vehicle releases. While assisting with watch officer duties, Mike interacted frequently with the public and acted as a liaison between sworn law enforcement officers and the communities they serve. Currently, Mike's most prominent role involves field duty, during which he serves along sworn officers, assisting with traffic control at accident scenes and other emergency events. He monitors the school safety patrols at the elementary schools located within the unincorporated portions of East County. Mike has contributed 4,467 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Michael. Esmeralda Gomez is being recognized by Behavioral Health Services. Esmeralda volunteers in the Behavioral Health Services County-operated Adult Case Management Program on the Institutional Case Management Team, or ICM team. The ICM team provides services to clients managing severe mental illness who reside in long-term conservatorship placements. Under the guidance of her manager and lead clinician, Esmeralda is responsible for meeting with assigned clients, documenting the contacts in the electronic health record, and coordinating with the facilities where her clients reside. She also documents client contacts, makes face-to-face visits at facilities to provide one-on-one therapeutic services, and evaluates their well-being. Esmeralda coordinates with various residential placements, communicates clearly with other providers in the client support system. Esmeralda contributed a total of 440 hours in volunteer work. Congratulations, Esmeralda. Sherman Kwan is being recognized by Child Welfare Services. Sherman has been a consistent and valuable volunteer for the Camp Connect program. This program holds monthly events to reunite youth that are separated by their siblings in the foster care system. Sherman rarely misses a monthly event and will be the first to arrive, last to leave, and one of the most flexible volunteers any changes might need to be made. He has attended almost all of the overnight and daily events since he began volunteering in 2017. The team can depend on him to ensure the safety of youth with very little direction, while also making sure they have the best experience. The Camp Connect considers Sherman as family and one of the most reliable volunteers. He always has a calm and positive attitude and says, "It's my joy," whenever the department attempts to thank him for the many hours he dedicates to youth and the organization. Sherman contributed 553 hours in volunteer work. Congratulations. Nicholas Morelli is being recognized by the Child Welfare Services Foster Youth Mentor Program. Nicholas has been a mentor since December 2021 and has consistently mentored the same youth. Nicholas continues to be part of his mentee's life as he has developed a close and positive relationship with the mentee and family. Nicholas has consistently visited his mentee, who looks forward to the weekly visits. He's always empathetic and able to set appropriate boundaries to support his mentee through frustrations and fears. Nicholas has demonstrated commitment, flexibility, and empathy during his time as a mentor and made a positive impact on the life of his mentee. He embodies the agency's core values by helping his mentee achieve his full potential and develop lifelong relationships. He understands that it takes a shared responsibility and makes concerted efforts when building relationships with his mentees, families, and the agency. Nicholas contributed 300 hours in volunteer work. Congratulations, Nicholas. The Medical Care Services Division is recognizing 3 volunteers, and I'd like to invite them forward at this time. Each of these volunteers, Dr. Cynthia Robertson, Camille Fitzpatrick, and Dr. Lillian Harvey, all participated in the Academic Detailing by Zip Code program by reaching out to healthcare professionals to inform them of the constantly changing guidelines for COVID-19, flu, RSV, and Mpox, and provided available resources and information on testing and treatment. Dr. Cynthia Robinson provided consultation to healthcare professionals and practices which asked for additional support that required specific clinical expertise, such as vaccine hesitancy. Dr. Cynthia regularly summarized clinical information for the health professionals, telebriefings, and newsletters so they are effectively communicated. She also responded to inquiries from the COVID-19 treatment inbox, provided the public with life-saving information about COVID-19 treatment, where to access pre- and post-exposure prophylaxis for immunocompromised individuals or individuals who have been exposed to COVID-19. She's also integral in mentoring new staff and volunteers due to her long-term commitment to the team. Camille Fitzpatrick was part of a pilot program which assesses perceived barriers by frontline staff in 8 different senior nursing facilities and assisted in setting up COVID-19 bivalent vaccination clinics at different facilities. Dr. Lillian Harvey created and edited the different scripts required for the academic detailing by zip code calls. She contributed to calling healthcare practices and providers throughout San Diego County to inform them of COVID-19 guidelines, resources, testing, and treatment. Together, they contributed over 1,900 hours of volunteer work, with Dr. Cynthia contributing 1,052 hours, Camille contributing 227 hours, and Dr. Harvey contributing 678 hours. Congratulations. Robert Jacobs is being recognized by the North Central Mental Health Center. Robert is extremely reliable. He has been leading the peer-to-peer group since its return to being in person. He keeps the weekly group running and engages clients in the peer-to-peer services. He regularly meets with interns, develops group materials, and creates a safe space for clients to discuss important topics related to mental health. Robert has a long history of volunteering at this clinic and was a huge part of the Morena Activity Center when it existed. There, he oversaw several routines and many special events. Congratulations to Robert. The Parks and Recreation Department would like to recognize Susan Elliott. For nearly a decade, Susan has been an outstanding volunteer supporting the San Alejo Lagoon Reserve and Nature Center environmental health and education programs. As a retired biologist, she expertly leads children and adult nature program hikes and provides information and assistance to visitors to the Nature Center. You can always rely on Susan to provide essential support on the center's busiest days of the week on Saturdays and special events. Susan has regularly contributed between 20 and 40 hours a month over nearly 9 years. Susan contributes to numerous San Alejo Lagoon community events, including Wings Over Wetlands and 2 countywide cleanup days with I Love a Clean San Diego, and the Creek to Bay and Coast to Creek events. Susan contributed 2,429 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Susan. The Planning and Development Service would like to recognize Patrick Brown. Patrick has been a member of the Julian Community Planning Group since 1986 and a member of the Julian Historic District Architectural Review Board since 1987. For many years, he has also served as the chairperson of the groups. As chair, he prepares the meeting agendas, researches projects, conducts the monthly meetings, and handles the group's administrative tasks. With over 37 years of service, Patrick has attended hundreds of meetings and spent countless hours to learn about projects and other land use matters, consider community input, and make recommendations to the county. He has been instrumental in preserving the community character and historic qualities of Julian. Patrick contributed 2,220 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Patrick. The Probation Department would like to recognize Steve Gonzalez. Steve serves as the Mentor Program Coordinator in the program established in partnership with the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Programs. Steve helps lead youth in reaching their full potential through weekly meetings. Program participants can relate to Steve's life story as a troubled youth and recounts how he overcame the challenges he faced. During the holidays, Steve helped support the juvenile facilities by engaging with families and helped support families through the difficulties that the holiday times can present. Steve contributed over 60 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Steve. The Department of Child Support Services is recognizing Bianca Wilson. Bianca has assisted the department attorneys in all aspects of the child support litigation process. This includes preparing ex parte applications, preparing cases for daily court calendars, preparing and filing petitions to revoke probation, researching and preparing memoranda of law, researching and preparing points and authorities, drafting and filing responsive declarations to motions, communicating with parties and attorneys on child support cases, and observing court hearings and settlement negotiations. I'm exhausted listing all that. Bianca contributed a total of 328 hours during her volunteer internship. Congratulations, Bianca. Nyla Samak is being recognized by the Public Defender. Nyla has shown dedication to the office mission of supporting the indigent accused. She has been a hard worker, very professional, and a team player. She continues to volunteer for more than the minimum and often goes above and beyond her duties. Nyla has assisted criminal investigators in various active homicide cases by supporting investigators in the field, reviewing and organizing evidence, and all with a positive attitude. Nyla's efforts have assisted in seeking justice and favorable outcomes for the many clients represented by the office. Nyla contributed over 400 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Nyla. Shelley Pinomaki is being recognized by the Sheriff's Department. Shelley is an outstanding volunteer that operates quietly in the background, providing support and encouragement to the department. While serving the San Diego Sheriff's Department, she volunteered to support the Respect Project, which is an outreach program for at-risk youth. She also serves on the Wellness Team Board, Field Officer Liaison Unit, and is a crisis response specialist for the department. Shelley's expertise in trauma and crisis fields have led her to become an instructor with the Innocent Justice Project, teaching wellness and trauma-informed care for the law enforcement across the country. Her additional volunteer work included the San Diego Trauma Intervention Program, a transformation speaker in trauma management, and crisis-related incidents as a crisis chaplain. Shelley contributed 1,393 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Shelley. Carol Graham is being recognized by the University of California Cooperative Extension. Carol was in the San Diego Master Gardener program when it launched 40 years ago. During the past 4 decades, Carol has demonstrated the epitome of a trained master gardener. Carol strives to keep herself up to date on the latest scientific horticulture information. She has been a leader within the organization since the inception, running one of the most important outreach committees. At the San Diego County Fair, Carol makes certain the Ask a Master Gardener event booths are fully stocked with materials vital to answering questions. In addition, she has found time to teach elementary-age students visiting the Education Center, the flower fields in Carlsbad. Carol attends all in-person monthly general meetings and is a wealth of information for any master gardener needing assistance. Carol has contributed 6,527 hours of volunteer work. Congratulations, Carol. Let's give one more round of applause for all of our volunteers today. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And for those watching on TV or social media, if you are inspired by these individuals and what they have done, the county has lots of volunteer opportunities. Please visit our website at www.sandiegocounty.gov/volunteer to find volunteer opportunities throughout the county. I want to thank County Volunteer Coordinator Marilyn Gines and her team for organizing this event. And thank you to the County Communications Office for their work with this event. And thank you to the county supervisors for supporting volunteerism. Again, thanks to all of you for your outstanding contributions to the residents of this county, and thank you for being here today.